It's August 3rd. It's Monday, August 3rd. It's August. Holy moly. Hi, everybody. It's a Knockem Day comedy radio show coming at you live on govsradio.com. That's the website. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, and yep, you might want to start sharing.
Yeah. I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Well, it's weird not having like equipment
All the
in front of
stuff.
me. Yeah, I'm like, I don't have like my stuff.
Govsradio.com, YouTube, Facebook, and of course on your smart TVs, your Apple TVs, your Roku's, your Fire Sticks, all that good stuff. You download an app called Boxcast, and you can find all these great Govs Radio shows on an app called Boxcast. That's right, as our good friend Dr. Kent Pichelle says and Don Sill says, we on TV!
These are all the places I have to share. I think Facebook is like not as easy as it used to be. I think it like makes everything difficult. You know, like it used to be, you used to say, oh, I want to share to certain groups. So you'd hit the word groups, and a whole slew of groups would come up that you could share to. Now you have to like find them. Like, I don't know, why do they do that? It's Monday morning, I'm already complaining. Sorry.
All right, so I have this. You want me to share some places? Bear with us as we try to share some of this stuff.
Well, how about you talk and I'll just share it.
Oh, all right. So hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. How was your weekend? What'd you guys do? You know what? All right, so if you're doing that, I'm going to take this so I can see.
Don't touch my stuff.
Too bad. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to look right there. I'm going to go here. There we go. Hi, Will Sharon. Hi, Joe Staz. Hello, Joan. Hello, Andy. Wondering what the delay is. It's like 11:03. Really? Sorry. Don't yell at us, Andy. Wow. Andy getting off to a rough start. I'll punch you in the face.
You take his hair off, and also now he's little Mr. Cranky Pants.
Yeah, did you shave your mustache, Andy
He
Plajanos?
shaved everything. Like, I feel like he got a
Everything.
Brazilian. Like,
Well,
what happened to you?
I don't want to know how you know that.
Every time
All
I
right.
turn... Oh, sorry.
She can't multitask.
I can't. But I'm one of those people that admits it. You know what's really annoying? People that say, I'm a multitask. No, they just do everything shitty.
It's almost like Clark Kent and Superman. Superman puts on the glasses and you don't recognize him as Clark Kent. Same thing in Andy Plajanos. Jeff Bosey is watching. Hello, Mark White.
Oh, hey, Mark White.
Jeff Bosey, my mother is watching. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us this morning. As you can see, the construction here in the studio has not yet started. Everything's been torn down. There's no computers. There's no microphones. There's no nothing. There's not even a clock. So all the equipment...
We never had a clock.
We did have a clock. The one over there. The one over
We
there.
had 2 clocks.
So we're hoping the construction will start this week. We're hoping we can get this place up and running again soon. Yeah, it's weird. We don't know what's going on. Nobody seems to know what's happening anymore regarding COVID and who's allowed and where. The club was open and still open on certain days, but but you can only have X amount of people in here. I don't know. It's crazy right now. Robert Shapiro is watching. Yeah, we can't even take calls in here. So we hope to get this place up and running soon, so that we can get back to normal for all the shows. Not just us, for all the shows. We miss everybody. We miss seeing everybody, and we miss all the fun that we have in here when everybody comes in. Aaron Milos is watching too. Hello, Mrs. White. Where are you? Are you still in Oregon, and Mark is still down there in Texas? And how are you guys? And what's happening down there in Texas? Is the storm hitting Texas? I don't think it is. I don't even know if it's hitting us. I don't know if it's hitting in Florida. I didn't hear the latest this morning. All I heard this morning was that it's really not going to affect us here in New York too bad. It's just going to be
Heavy
some
rain in the middle of the day, but nothing like they said that it was going to be.
Right. Yeah, so we're not sure what's happening with this virus. We don't know what's going on. I know schools are still up in the air. Our governor here in New York, Cuomo, he said he's going to make a decision about schools opening up by the end of the week. There's still some time here. Well, New York State, some schools, schools don't really open much till September. Some late August, so there's still a little time. But for planning purposes, I'm sure they got to figure that out. Some colleges are not opening here in New York. Upstate, everybody knows upstate is full of colleges. Upstate New York, Binghamton is not opening for the fall semester.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? Like Oswego was opening. Like, why wouldn't?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Some schools are opening, some aren't.
Hmm.
Some are opening. They're starting the fall semester, but then they're closing for the Thanksgiving break. They're then closed. They're closed the rest of the year. They're just going to switch over to virtual from the Thanksgiving break on, and then maybe come back in the spring. Not sure yet. My son's school, well, my son's not a SUNY school, it's a private school, so they're opening. In fact, they're open now for summer classes, so they're already open. But I know you were telling me, Joe, all right, I'm going to read comments because you're still sharing.
Yeah, I'm
and I don't want to interrupt you. I
get so mad about that.
Andy has not shaved. He used a deep fake app that makes me look like Al Pacino and Christopher Walken.
No, that was fake. Now he's lying.
I don't know. Other than the mustache, he looked the same to me.
Really?
I just always thought he looked like Al Pacino. Joe Stas, hope you guys don't get hit with the storm. We looked out in Florida. Oh, okay, that's what we were saying. So what's the latest? The storm is not hitting Florida? It passed? Erin is in Oregon and Mark is in Texas for now, she says. Oh, looks like somebody's moving.
So what? Wait, say that again.
Which part?
The Mark and Aaron thing.
She said she's in Oregon. Oregon.
The only people that say Oregon are New Yorkers. No one says Oregon.
They say organ, like an organ in my body?
They
I'm
say
going to play an organ?
Yeah, Oregon. It's like
Oregon.
3 syllables, but like quick, like Oregon. Like that's how you would say it. Oregon sounds like you're trying to get rid of germs with a product. Oregon, be gone, Oregon. All right, that was a little strong. Okay. But what's happening? So Mark's moving there.
No, she was just saying that she's in Oregon and he's in Texas for now, she said. She actually said for now. So to me, that's a hint that somebody's moving. I bet when they got together and were thinking about getting married, she was like, oh yeah, this is nice down here. I love it here, Mark. I love you. Smoochy, smoochy. Let's hang out in Texas. And then after that ring, I have my business in Oregon. I have to go home, and if you want to be with me, you'll have to come here.
No, I think Erin is someone who has a plan, and so she would keep you posted on the plan. So she probably is going to figure things out for a couple of years, and then move to Texas. She's a level-headed chick. I haven't even met her, and I like her.
She's a sexy chick. She's not a chick.
You hate that word. That's your
I
problem with it.
I do. I don't like the word chick. To me, it's derogatory.
Really?
Yeah.
Your ex-wife uses it all the time.
Well, yeah, but that's different. All right. So, Chris Thomas. My son is going to BU. Is that Binghamton?
Boston University.
Oh, Boston University. They put in COVID testing lab. Kids will be tested twice weekly. Wow. We really had nothing here in Delray Beach, says Joe Stas. All right, so Joe Stas, Delray Beach is not the whole state, Joe. I know, it only matters for you because that's where you are, you selfish son of a bitch.
He just thinks about his house and 2 doors down where his mother is.
Right, his mother-in-law, because she cooks for him. But what about the rest of the state, Joe? I want an update. I want a Florida update from you. Andy Plajanos, I posted a pic last night with my daughter Daphne. I totally have facial hair. Oh, that's right, you did. And I like that picture too. I clicked like, so I should know.
With his daughter like laying on the couch.
Correct.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, he's right. We should have figured out at that point that he didn't shave his mustache. But that's big news to us if you shave your mustache, That's the important stuff going on around here. Erin Milos is, what is she, rolling her eyes at us? Yes, she's rolling her eyes at us.
The first time we got that.
All right, so to catch you up because you were busy, I was talking about COVID and how some schools are opening, some aren't, how Governor Cuomo said he's going to make a decision by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Erin says, thank you for calling her level-headed.
Oh, yeah. She's the bomb.
Mark is just excited you said head. And So yeah, so you were saying, we were talking on the way here, you said something about how some schools that are open already are having difficulty.
Yeah, there were, well, yeah, I mean, there's one school district, gosh, I can't remember. I know Georgia's having big problems. I know,
Mississippi, you said,
was it Mississippi?
or Minnesota.
No, it's a southern state. Like
I'm
one,
going Mississippi.
one state like went in early and they already had, one kid with COVID. Another state had one kid with COVID, and Georgia has a slew of problems. So, yeah, I'd be interested in what.
Well, here's a question I have. What?
Sorry to interrupt you, but teachers are not. I haven't seen, because I've got like a handful of teacher friends. None of them are thrilled about going back and risking their lives for like one semester of school. Like one guy, I don't know him, I just saw it on Facebook. One teacher actually wrote his own obituary.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually great. It was really sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, and he wrote his he's like, let me just get this over with, very organized teacher, and wrote his obituary just in case. And he wasn't like, all fearful. He was being like all cute about it. Like, this could happen to a lot of, people he knows.
My mother said Florida just appears to be just getting some rain, and that's it.
Yeah, like tomorrow I think here on Long Island we're going to get, mostly just light rain and then a few hours of heavy rain. Tim Saliani's watching.
Tim Saliani's watching from domestic disturbance. Domestic disturbance.
Yeah. Oh, Will just said that he had a beard, and Sharon, and now he just said he just shaved it. Just the other day I saw him with a beard on.
Oh, so Will shaved his mustache and beard.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Send us a picture, Will. Let's see your youthful, pretty face.
Will's a teacher. I wonder how he feels about it. Will, write in and say, should we go back? What do you think? Will, what do you think? Because I think, isn't him and his wife teachers? What do you guys think?
Robert Shapiro, a camp in Georgia had the kids not wearing masks and the counselors wearing masks. 220-something people were affected, and they had to close the camp. A school in Indiana had an infection on the first day.
Yeah, it was Indiana.
So, hey, Derek Munisball. So yeah, you were talking about the teachers, and there's talking about things that teachers are posting. One teacher that we know posted, they told our first...
as a teacher.
They told our first responders it was safe, and it wasn't. Now they're telling us it's safe to send our kids to school. Is it really? Children and teachers are not expendable, they say. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. What do you...
Are there any teachers that are like, oh, let's just go back. I have control of my classroom. We'll have policies in the hallway.
So
it'll be fine? Or are they like, what the fuck?
So you're saying that it should just be, another semester of virtual classes?
Yeah, why not just have a semester of virtual, get rid of this thing, get a vaccine, and don't risk anyone else. And frankly, I know I keep saying this, but if everyone just freaking stays, it's August, beginning of August, world lockdown, just lock it the fuck down, and then the virus will die. It's so easy to kill this virus if we just don't hang with each other that are sick.
Mark White, I'm going to Oregon. See that? Smart man.
Just for the week, or is he
No,
going
he's
for
moving. He doesn't. Come on, who we kidding?
I think
who we kidding?
Too.
It's inevitable. She's got a very successful business up there. She's doing well. She's got a name and a career in her life.
He can
go anywhere. Right, he can play anywhere with his pinky.
This is Mark White.
4-4-4-4. That's our Mark White impression. As you can tell, we're musicians.
We're big bass players.
Speaking of musicians.
Oh, guess what I am? This is so bad.
So, as we mentioned last week, Sallie was getting a saxophone.
Yeah.
Guess what came in the mail?
Well, at first, because I've done this before, I used to play all through high school, elementary, junior high school. So I know this. I know it'll be better. But really, at first, I was actually saying to Tony over the weekend, I'm like, my playing makes people, crave the sound of bagpipes. That's how bad it is. But I know it'll be better. Okay, you say what you want to say.
Oh no, I don't have to say anything.
Well, you picked up your phone.
I did.
so-
I did pick up my phone.
Oh, you took video? Oh, you suck. Here I'm thinking you're just sitting behind me being all supportive. I should
Oh, I
have
was.
known.
I was being supportive.
I should have
Totally.
known.
But I wanted to. I wanted to
It's
show.
really bad, people. It's difficult. Like, the saxophone is a reed instrument. You have to get, plus the mouthpiece that comes with the sax is awful. So I already ordered a new one. It's like plastic, like you'd get on like a kid Christmas gift.
I want to show you the dog's reaction to Sallie getting a saxophone.
Oh, look, Manny looks happy. Manny looked happy. He didn't look bothered. I was bothered. But Manny looked happy.
Whoop.
Yeah, it's bad. But here's the
You see
deal.
how mad these dogs look?
No,
See the look on their
looked
faces?
happy. They looked happy.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, I don't even remember notes. I still show them the same thing. Sit down.
Look, this one gets up. Look, he's like, get me out of here. Look at that one.
No.
What are you doing?
No, he lifted his head and
Look.
said, "How come you're not playing?" Because I stopped. He was
Oh,
like,
is that what that
yeah.
was?
He was like, "Oh, it was really relaxing, but then you stopped. So let me pick up my head to ask you to play more."
No, I think he
Yeah.
was like this. Then he even looked, what the hell are you doing?
I don't remember notes. Like, if you think of a saxophone, like, I can. At first, I didn't know any notes other than B.
Just
I know
at
that sounds
first.
Crazy. So I remembered like B, A, G,
Beg.
F, yeah,
You.
C, F, E, D, and then I couldn't remember any sharps or flats at all.
There's nothing flat about Sallie.
Yeah, well, that's true. However, now, and then there was a problem where I couldn't hit like low notes and high notes, so I thought like there was something wrong with the saxophone. It turned out that it was just me. Yeah, because after I practiced for a little bit, I could play those notes. And so now I'm just learning flats and sharps, and so I'm trying to practice the chromatic scale, which is like, so yeah, that's where I am. But, oh, it's awful. In fact, you didn't even get any of the squeaks. There have been numerous squeaks.
Oh, I caught squeaks. Will Sharon says we shouldn't go in, but that's my opinion. Going back to the COVID.
Well, I trust Will. I mean, he's a teacher. He's on the front line.
Mark White is going to Oregon for 2 months.
Wow, nice.
He's not coming back.
He's not coming back.
Margie Bassett, New Jersey is optional. Kids going in only doing 2 days a week. Yeah, even some schools here on Long Island have suggested, we're just going in every other day or something. Mark says he's never leaving Texas. Margie
He said
says,
he was born there.
well, he was born in New York, you freaking New Yorkers who leave. Carla Okerson's watching.
Carla.
Maureen Smith is watching. Hello,
Hey,
Maureen. Andy Plajanos went to pick up food in Port Jefferson on Saturday. You would never guess there is a pandemic except with outdoor dining.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
really? Yeah.
Like the restaurant here, even in Massapequa, Sam works as a busboy, and at first they were just doing outdoor dining, and now they're doing indoor dining. So I like to worry for him a little bit too. He wears a mask and gloves and.
Carol Miner, Robert Soul. Hi, guys. Joe Stas would not send his kids to school, but he has no kids.
Yeah, Robert Shapiro. I learned to play on an alto, and then in high school I played bass and soprano. So I wanted to get and soprano is really difficult. Like, it sounds weird, but like the smaller the mouthpiece, the more difficult it is.
They were all excited about videos of you working on your fingering and your blowing.
My fingering and blowing. There's no way around those words. I was kidding about it on Friday, and I was telling Kevin, because Kevin plays violin, And like we were talking about like embarrassing moments. I'm like, oh really? Embarrassing moments? Have you ever sat in band and have the teacher say to the entire band, oh, saxophone section, it seems like Sally is the only one who practiced her fingering this weekend. Yeah, that happened.
I'm sure you weren't the only one practicing your fingering that weekend. Practicing the saxophone, you're probably the only one.
But there's no way. That's what it's called. Even when you look up YouTube, it's like
Oh, I believe it.
fingering on saxophone.
Can you do that again? Well, don't do that.
I think I play fake bass better than I play.
Well, yeah, the
like
wrist
full
action.
Saxophone.
The wrist action. So yeah, there's wrist action for her bass playing and fingering for her sax. These are our code words. When the kids are around, want to go play
I
guitar?
want to go. Yeah.
Want to work on the sax? Derek says, it seems like knowing notes may be integral to playing an instrument.
Oh yeah, it's really difficult. Like reading sheet music. Like I know it'll all come back, and it has all like a lot of it has come back already. But at first, I was looking at the sheet music, thinking, is that an E? No, it's D. Like it's really difficult.
Your playing sounds like Chuck Mangione after his stroke. Is that good, Jeff Bosey?
Yeah. Or like I had a root canal or something. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I have no defense. I knew it would be really bad. And the thing about the saxophone is the better you are, the softer you should sound, like more controlled. But when you're bad, there's no way it's not going to sound like a bunch of geese honking. It's awful. It's awful.
No, hang on a second. Can you guys still see us?
Why?
I don't know, because here it's frozen.
Really?
I just want to make sure. Give me a second. I just want to make sure we're on. I don't know if it's us or...
Like reading sheet music, like I know it'll all come back, and it has all come back already, but at first I was looking at the sheet music thinking, is that it?
It does appear that we're good. Okay. Sorry about that. So there were some people saying that you should do a concert. And yes, that is the plan. Once we are allowed to bring people back in here, Sally's going to play her sax and Lou Pratt's is going to play his bagpipes.
Yeah.
That's going to be one hell of a day.
If we did it this week, we would sound like two bagpipes. But
Yay.
I've never wanted to it's not like I have any like musician plans. It's just Kevin has gotten really into playing music. He plays guitar, violin, mandolin, tin whistle. He just walks around and picks up an instrument and plays it. So I just kind of wanted to
compete.
Have something with him to play with.
Just want to beat him. Beat him down.
I'll never beat Kevin as a musician, that's for sure.
Taz is watching. Hello, Taz. Ken Friedberg wants to start a Billy Joel cover band with you. Jessica Sorrell is watching. Jerome Kruppe Asher says Smithtown, 2.5 days, 1 week, then 2 days in and 3 virtual the next week. So yeah, they're splitting it up.
What's interesting is they're making all these plans, but like I said, Cuomo said yesterday, by the way, I'm gonna let everyone know this week what we're doing.
Well, yeah, these are the suggestions.
They're
these
just
aren't the plans, right? They have to get approval.
Sallie G.
Will Sharon, yeah. Will Sharon says if we go back to school, we'd be back in quarantine before Election Day anyway. May as well wait until after Christmas break.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I'm not saying close for the year. I'm just saying maybe start in December, and when viruses are. I don't know. Maybe that's bad because that's when the regular flu hits.
Well, the thing is that we're hit. In the colder months.
We'll have a vaccine by then, maybe.
Well, hopefully, yeah. So hopefully it's all a moot point.
Hey, Tom. Taz had really funny postings this weekend on
Did she?
Facebook. Yeah, I get a kick out of her. She makes me giggle. It's funny to see some things, but she posts some stuff where I'm like, oh.
I will shred my miniature accordion, says Andy Plagianos. I can only play Happy Birthday. All right, let's do this.
Oh, that'd be a good concert.
You
Bagpipes, accordion, and saxophone.
Yeah, that'll be something. We all know those, 3-piece accordion, sax,
we'll be
bagpipe
like the people
bands.
on the Titanic. We'll sound just like them.
You guys should learn Inagana Davida.
I don't even know what that means. Is that like an Italian thing? Because you're not Italian anymore. What is it? Atagana Nanina. What is it? Is it a song?
Yes, it's a song.
Sing it.
No.
Why? Sing it.
Inagata Davida, baby. That's all you're getting out of me.
That sounds like a Elvis song.
Oh my goodness. All right.
He wasn't Italian.
I think you and Andy and Lou should agree on a song to play, and then the three of you do it in here once things are back up and running in here. The three of you should play a song together in here. And yeah, and we should have you guys just one song. Figure out one song.
Okay.
And
Well, I think the bagpipes only has one song, so whatever Lou.
so you guys all have to play Amazing Grace or Danny Boy. So that's 2 songs.
They do have 2 songs. I'm trying to think of any other songs that I've heard on the bagpipes. I'm a little hard on the bagpipes, sorry.
I'm a little hard when you practice your fingering and your blowing.
Uh-huh. I have to practice my fingering today. It's so weird. Like, why can't they come up with something else? But there is nothing.
I think the question is, why can't you come up with something else?
Pick something. What do you say?
Just stick with, I don't know.
Hand movements. Like.
No, I was talking about you should come up with something else, as in something other than playing an instrument.
No kidding. I know. I hear you.
All right, so
Ooh, we need a trombone.
a trombone player. We can be hated by everyone. No, I think the three of you will do just fine. I don't think you need anybody additional to, for people to hate you.
People starting out playing clarinet sound really awful, and violinists when they first start out is awful.
Bagpipes, accordion, and sax. I think the three of you will do just fine with the hatred department. So, yeah, we don't. They're gonna kick us out of this building again when you guys are playing that day. We'll have like one day in the studio, and then they'll kick us out.
Andrew Fremder says hello. How was your weekend, Andrew? Lou and Sallie actually play. I play ironically. No, you play pretty well. Andy's probably well. He's not bad.
He plays guitar, right? Well,
Yeah, but he
a little
plays
bit.
accordion too.
Yeah. I like how it was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden, baby, but they were too stoned. See, Taz knows the song I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you just said. What was the word?
Inagata Davida.
You just making things up.
I am not, but Taz knows what I'm talking about.
Isn't that the ship up in Lake George that you can get on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving along. Speaking of moving along, the big news this weekend in baseball.
Oh. Is it the bad news?
Yoenis Cespedes, I can't say that word. Yoenis Cespedes of the New York Mets. The Mets traded for this guy back in 2015, was it?
Yes.
Had a tremendous time here that year when they traded for him. He was here about the second half of the 2015 season. Had a tremendous half season, and the Mets went to the World Series and lost, but still made it to the World Series, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much where it stopped for Yoenis Cespedes. He signed a nice deal with the Mets after that, and multi-million-dollar contract. And this guy has had a fantastic career prior. But after the 2015 season, he's had injuries and problems, and he never really lived up to what he's done in the past. And in 2018, he played, I think, a handful of games, and then he got hurt. And that was it. He hadn't played again until this year. And how bad were these injuries, you say?
How bad were the injuries?
Thank you. Well, it might not have been so bad if he didn't make the injuries worse by playing golf. Then, I believe he injured himself riding a horse. Then, the last one was he injured himself on his property as he was trying to run away from a wild boar.
Wait, what?
That
I didn't
was
hear about
that was
one.
the story.
Where does he live?
I don't even know. I don't care anymore where he lives. Because
on Catalina Island in
Yeah.
California, there's a little island that you can get to by like a small ferry, and they actually have wild boar on the island.
I do believe he lives in California. I'm not positive of that. But, so anyway, didn't play at all last year. This year, as we all know, baseball had a very shortened season due to the corona, and just started 2 weeks ago. And players had the option to skip this shortened season, just 60 games this season, that's it. So basically 2 months of baseball. And the players had the option to skip it if they wanted to. And it wouldn't affect their contract, it wouldn't, everything would just basically be on pause until next year. So Yoenis Cespedes says he'll play. And he goes to training camp, and he's hitting the ball well, and I think it was the very first game of the season, he hit a home run.
Not running well though, right?
Well, that's the thing. They were starting to speculate because he didn't appear to be running hard. So some people were wondering, oh, he must be hurt. But then some were speculating maybe he's just not trying.
Like he's lazy.
So sure enough, yesterday the Mets had a game. The Mets have not been doing well. Their record is 3-10, I believe it is. So not a good start for the Mets. But yesterday, Yoenis Cespedes does not report to the ballpark. And they're playing down in Atlanta. So the Mets are wondering, where the hell is this guy? They're calling him, they're texting him, they're not getting any response. So the Mets then call the hotel and ask security to break into his room, for they're fearing that he's in trouble. For this is, it's, that's, as history shows, whether you're an athlete or musician, anything, usually if you're away in a hotel, unfortunately bad things happen. Security goes into the room only to find that he packed up and left. Everything was, the room was fine. There was no foul play. The man just packed up and left.
So he actually showed up and then left for. All
No.
right.
No, he didn't show up to the ballpark.
Okay.
They were in Atlanta already. It wasn't their first day in Atlanta. So yeah, he went down to Atlanta with the team. He played on Saturday.
Okay.
And then yesterday he just didn't show up to the ballpark. They were in Atlanta for the weekend. So yeah, so it turned out the man just picked up and left. Then the Mets finally get a call from Cespedes' agent to let them know that he has opted out for the rest of the season due to corona. No word to the team or his teammates. He just picks up and leaves. Doesn't say a word to anybody. And this was his contract year, meaning his contract was up with the Mets after this year. So now he's opted out. He's not playing again for the rest of the season, which basically means his time with the Mets is done. And this is how it ends. A guy he doesn't even have the courtesy, the professional courtesy to tell his team, his teammates, the organization, look, I think I need to go.
Yeah, so weird.
Which is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you have a contract and you take off for COVID, do you still get paid?
No, he does not get paid. But I don't really think that's the top of his worries right now.
Yeah.
These multi-million-dollar ball players.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I understand, you have the right to opt out. That's fine. And if there's an emergency in your family, maybe, and you got to split, I get it.
But why not? You're saying why not opt out when everyone else opted out? Like everyone else made a big decision, 3 weeks ago,
Well,
and said whether they were going to play, whether it was okay for their family, whether they were going to play, and he doesn't say anything. And the first day, he doesn't say anything to anyone. He just leaves and says, "Oh, COVID," like he didn't know about it at first.
right. That's what I'm saying. If there's an emergency or something,
Okay.
and you do have the right to opt out, that's fine. But you don't call anybody. You don't pay any respect to this organization that pays you millions of dollars, that brought you into a team and made it to the World Series, that has doctored you through your injuries,
Yeah.
even through your stupidity of furthering your injuries while you were out.
He just gets away with shit. Like I've never been a fan. I always thought of course he hits the home run, but it's not even consistent. And I remember in 2015 and thinking to myself, because I don't know, I don't play golf really anymore. But when I was a kid, I used to play golf because I think it was the thing that my dad loved to play. He was retired and older, and older people play golf, and so instead of having a catch with me, I was the last child. We'd go hit a bucket of balls, play some golf, and it's exhausting. To actually walk 18 holes, it's a tiring day. And it's fun if that's your day. Like, yay, today I played golf. Like, people will be like, today I'm playing golf. People don't say, today I'm playing golf, and then I'm going to mow the lawn, and then I'm going to wash the car. Like, that's your day. It's an exhausting day. No one says, I'm going to play 18 rounds, and then I'm going to, do my job that I'm paid for, that people are counting on me, and I'm going to play a professional baseball game. Like, no one does that. Like, I just think it's shitty.
Well, that's the thing. But he did it while injured.
He's done it since he's been on the mats. He does it all the time.
So he, but again, if you can leave because you have COVID-related things happening, and if it was an emergency, but you still reach out. But now here's the kicker. Sure enough, the reports are now coming out that he had conversations with the team about his playing time. He was concerned that the team was going to give him less playing time so that he wouldn't reach certain incentives in his contract that would get him more money. So this COVID thing may be total crap, maybe maybe a lie.
It most likely is total
So
crap.
it looks more and more like this guy just wanted to leave. You know what? See ya. Take off. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back.
Right. Because if he was concerned about himself and his family, he would have said something 3 weeks ago. You don't all of a sudden, after a couple of games, say, you know what? Yeah, I don't like him.
So good riddance.
You can go.
To Yoenis Cespedes, and please, somebody buy this team and spend some money to get some decent people, please,
Yeah,
please.
Trade him for like two
Well,
younger good players.
You can't. He's gone. You can't trade him. Can you? Can you trade him? They're not going to get much for him because he just came off 2 years of injury. He played 8 games. You're not going to get much. I'm at the point where I want A-Rod and J-Lo to buy the team.
Wow, you hate
Because
them.
they will spend money. They will spend money. They don't want their faces attached to a loser.
Yeah.
So they'll spend the money. They'll make headlines. Bring it on. I say let them buy it. Let them buy it. And
how sad is your heart that you want them to buy the team?
opening day, when they buy it, opening day should be J-Lo coming out to sing the national anthem, Bottomless.
Bottomless.
Let everybody see that butt.
That's weird.
All right, going back, Tim Saliani says pick a longer song. Because Inagata Davida. Sally has no idea what that means. And I'm
Is
not
it the one that people sing at like wakes and stuff? What's that one? Is it?
No.
What's the one that people sing at wakes? It has like all the same syllables. What is it?
Danny Boy. That's what
No, not Irish. I know you're Irish now, but like pretend you're Italian again. What do they sing at wakes? It's like, it's awful. Well, it's pretty when it's like someone's singing well.
I didn't recognize it there.
Come on.
Maybe the new thing instead of fingering should be called manual masturbation. Yeah, but you can't say master anymore. That has racial overtones. So it's main. Main bait. Man bait.
Main bait your horn.
Mitchell Canner is watching. Hello, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
Mark White is complaining that you can't call in and everybody's stuck just listening to us.
I know.
Yoenis Cespedes finally figured out how to get off the Mets, right?
Oh, is that Andy?
Yes. Tim Saliani. This show is turning into the train wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Tim Saliani, I thought you'd be happy with this show because we're sitting here complaining about Yoenis Cespedes because that's your whole act, pal, is just complaining about people. So I thought you'd be proud of us.
Maybe he was complaining because he had to hear me play the saxophone.
Maybe the Edmund Fitzgerald wrecked because Tim Saliani was sitting in it. What?
What was wrecked?
The Edmund Fitzgerald, the ship. It wrecked because Tim's fat ass was sitting in it. You want to go? Saliani, we'll go, man.
What's this song? Is it an Italian song?
No, you're not even close. I described Cespedes just like I described Bonilla. Yeah, but at least I don't have to pay Cespedes anymore, Andy.
What a jerk he is.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if you explain the situation to someone and you'd be like, what player on the Mets would do this? You'd be like, oh, Cespedes.
Yeah, true.
No one else would do that.
Lou Prats is watching. Hello, Lou. Say hi to Brian.
Hey, Lou.
Joe Stas said he did a video of himself singing Hotel California.
Oh, no.
What? I love walking 18. It actually bothers me to take a cart.
Who says that?
Andy Plagano said.
Yeah, but that's totally fine, Andy. It's really nice. And that's
that's
the thing that I really like about golf is you're it's almost like you're taking like a hike, you know. It's out, you're in the environment, it's really pretty and peaceful. But after walking, no one says, now I'm gonna, oh my God. Now I'm gonna do my job for the next 3 hours. How's that?
That's awful.
Yeah, it's awful. That's not bad, right?
It's not great, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Gotta get the studio going.
We forgot the stand again. We have an iPad stand, and we forgot it again. So it's propped up on my bag, and actually, what's holding it from the chair is a container of wipies.
Lou Pratt says Tim only wrecks stages, not boats. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to wreck it last week. He tried to wreck the stage.
He tried to kick it.
Wait a second. So I can't masturbate anymore. I can man bait. Main bait. And Anthony Rodia called in here a few weeks ago. He let us know that apparently the word master bedroom is not allowed in real estate anymore because master has racial overtones. So you have to replace master with main. So from now on, you main bait. Mm-hmm. Dust in the Wind, they sing at wakes. Would love to see. Can we just go to a wake somewhere so you can sing Inagata Davida?
Will you sing it?
Sing what?
I want to hear it.
I did. I sang it before.
No, you didn't.
I did. That was it.
Do it again.
No. Look it up when this is over.
Speaking of golf, when me and my wife, this is Andrew Frunder, when me and my wife are having some alone time, I always get a hole-in-one.
But speaking of baseball, I think we quickly mentioned it last week. Jose Reyes has retired.
Oh, yeah.
From baseball. But I read an article. There's a reason I'm bringing this up. And maybe Graz can answer this when he's back. Graz is back this week. So maybe he can answer this when he's on the air this week. Jose Reyes, who played for the Mets most of his career, he traveled around a little bit. And he had, I would say, his best years with the Mets. Holds a lot of club records. A very exciting player to watch in his early days.
Who is this again?
Jose Reyes.
Oh, yeah.
So I was reading an article about his retirement. And it said that, because he hasn't played, he officially retired, but he didn't play last season because nobody signed him. The article I read said he spends, even though he didn't play last year, he's still working out, but he was also, he was living on Long Island, which I had no idea he lived on Long Island, so I'm curious where. But it also said that he also developed his musical career during that time. So does anybody know more info on that? I tried to look around on the internet and I couldn't find anything. What music does he play? What instrument does he play? Does he have albums out? Like, I'm just very curious what that's all about.
Yeah.
So any of you Met fans out there have any info, I'd appreciate it. So yeah, Jose Reyes has retired. We thank him for his time. He gave us some great Mets moments. When Taz is asking if I'll sing Inagata Davida at her wake. Taz, you're like 80 years younger than me, man. I'll be long gone by the time you go.
That's sad.
Well, it's true. That's right. You cannot use a master lock. You use a main lock.
Main lock.
Main lock. Oh, Benny. Oh, Benny's watching. Hello, Benny. Benny Rizzuti of Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. Hope you guys enjoyed it this week. Very funny show with Don Sill and Benny. Nigel Fullerton was on the show this week, and
he's a good interview.
Nigel's fun, man.
Nigel's a great interview. Well, he's fun, but he's very thoughtful in his answers. I always like listening to him. So that was a good interview.
All right. So now.
Is that my phone?
No.
No. Okay.
So this morning, Sally and I were discussing. Every morning we go over what we're going to talk about today on the show. What do you got to bring up? Okay, what do you got to bring up? And we just tell each other, I'm going to bring up this. Okay, good. I got this on my list. Okay, great. And then we save our discussion for when we're here. But at least we know in advance what the topics are. So there was one topic that I said to Sally. I am not going to tell you. Sally doesn't like surprises.
Well, I don't for two reasons. One, I don't like surprises. Two, I feel like I don't like things sprung on me on the show too much because, like, what if I wanted to, like, I don't know, look something up or
Right.
something. So we're making it sound like we're really good at discussing things before the show. We're not really all that good, but for the most part, we try to like throw ideas back and forth.
Right.
But you said, I'm not going to tell you about this one thing. I want to see your reaction. And is that okay? To which I said, no, I hate surprises.
Well, right. So that's right. We saved the discussion for when we're here, so that we don't do it off the air and have a boring show. So I said to her, I know you don't like surprises, but there's one topic I'd like to bring up and surprise you with because I want to see your reaction and I'd love to see it on the air. And she said that. She goes, well,
No.
but I want to look it up. I want to be able to contribute. I said, fine, then we'll talk about it tomorrow after you do your research. This is a topic that I think will come up several times. You're right?
Yeah, I was just looking at this stuff.
Oh. Looks like somebody threw up. Blah. All right, so there is. Hey, Bobby Inns is watching. Hello, Bobby. Hope you're well. We already talked about Cespedes and
Yeah, we're talking about
Reyes,
baseball.
but Ken Bichelle is watching. All right, so what I wanted to bring up, and I hope some of you saw this. It's an article in the New York Post. Now, I know the New York Post is not the greatest of newspapers, but it doesn't make stories up like you would see in those tabloids like National Enquirer, okay? So, I hope some of you saw this. This was an article July 31st. That was what, Friday?
Okay.
Right? Let me ask you.
I don't know.
Oh. New York Post, and I'm just going to read the headline first and then see Sally's reaction. Man who lost penis to blood infection has new one built on his arm.
But how? Like, is he just gonna? He can't.
So I'll show this to you,
No.
and now I'll show this to you.
Yeah, I'm definitely researching this one.
And look at the picture.
You know what his face says? His face is like, I wish I had a penis on my other arm too. What's the deal? What comes out of where and when?
A British man whose penis fell off due to a severe blood infection had a new one built on his arm, where he even got an extra 2 inches. Malcolm McDonald, 45, a mechanic, suffered a horrific infection in his perineum. Did I say that right? Perineum? Yeah. That turned his fingers, toes, and manhood black. You would think it would just get bigger then if it's black.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
I struggled for years with an infection in my perineum, but I had no idea what could happen.
Perineum. Is that what you're trying to say?
Perineum, that is it. Thank you.
All right.
When I saw my penis go black, I was beside myself. It was like a horror film. I was in a complete panic. I knew deep down it was gone and I was going to lose it. He was completely gutted when his penis just dropped to the floor in 2014, but his testicles remained intact. Because I had been through the devastation of knowing I was going to lose it, I just picked it up and put it in the bin.
Oh, I would have brought it to the doctor.
I went to the hospital and they said the best they could do for me was to roll the remaining stump up like a little sausage roll. It was heartbreaking.
What?
He became a recluse and began drinking heavily. For 2 years after losing my penis, see, I thought I was bad talking about losing a leg. This guy's got me beat, man.
You'd rather lose your leg than penis.
Like you have to ask? For 2 years after losing my penis, I felt a shadow of a man. My life really fell apart because I had no self-confidence. I drank too much. I didn't see my family and friends. I just didn't want to leave. I just didn't want to have to face up to it. But then, He found out from his doctor about the so-called penis master, or penis main, as we call it, Professor David Ralph of London's University College Hospital. Look at that.
That just looks like a scar.
It is a scar. The phallus expert famously created a bionic penis for Andrew Wardle, who was born without his penis. That's a girl. It gave me a glimmer of hope that I could go back to being a normal bloke, McDonald said. Dr. Ralph said he can perform an arm graft procedure.
See, I was going to say that.
Well, that's what, yeah, that's right.
Well, like, he's not going to keep it there. He's just growing it, and then they're going to
How great would that be? That would be cool, because then, like, while you're having sex, you can eat a sandwich. You can take out the garbage.
It's kind of like me playing bass.
You don't have to worry about undoing a zipper or dropping your pants. You just hold your arm over the toilet. So,
As I'm, like, doing dishes, you could just be like... this may not be bad.
You don't have to, like... Yeah, you don't even have to... I mean, yeah, you could just sit in a chair while you watch TV.
Yeah, like, you could be driving...
Yeah, now you're talking. Yeah, but at the same time, though, if you're, like, hammering something and it smacks it against the wall, that's painful.
Oh, yeah, you can never use that arm, right?
Right, and then you have, like, what do you do if you're wearing long sleeve? Like, you go to a wedding or something, you just cut a hole around the jacket and the shirt so this, can...
Yeah, put, like, another glove on it, like a wet glove here and a wet glove there.
And then what if, what if you put your arm around, like, I can't even put my arm around my son because my penis is in his face.
Well, that's convenient. I'd be like...
Even Sallie can't believe she just did that.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
So this arm graft procedure would take 2 years. He received funding for the procedure because it would eventually allow him to urinate properly, not just perform sexually. It was all my Christmases at once. I was so emotional because it was a chance at a new start. I wasn't worried about the procedure because I had seen what Professor Ralph and his team could do.
Okay.
Yeah, he bent over and as far as I was concerned, they were miracle workers, and I was up for anything that could give me my willy back.
Really?
Isn't that a Michael Jackson song or something? Free Willy.
Free Willy.
Not having a penis felt awful. It's most men's worst fear. Most men's?
Well, what if you're like a priest and like now you have to worry about that?
No, they worry about it more than most. For me, I was never worried about sex because I already had 2 children. Well, then you're giving a penis to the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's a lot of work for someone who just thinks, oh, those days are over.
Yeah, he wants his penis back just so he can pee, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm peeing out of my mouth. I want to have sex.
Ew.
It was always more about my self-confidence and simple things like using the loo. That's bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Look at his face.
So they grew it and then they just attached it, and now it's like fully functioning.
He was able to request an extra 2 inches on the $65,000 appendage. They were happy to listen to what I wanted it to be like, which was amazing. Not many can say they have a designer penis.
No, that's nice.
I wonder if he looked in magazines. Oh, can I get one like Ron Jeremy's? Surgeons formed a new manhood with its own with his own blood vessels and nerves, using a skin flap on the left arm of the right-handed man. They created a urethra and installed 2 tubes inflated with a hand pump, allowing to achieve an erection. So yeah, they used a hand pump.
So he can't just...
Right.
Okay.
Oh no, this was when it was still on his arm.
Oh, all right.
The shaft was then removed from his forearm, leaving the base, allowing it to form naturally as skin and tissue. He now awaits for it to be finally transferred to its proper location. When I saw it on my arm for the first time, I was so proud. After everything I had been through, it didn't feel weird at all. It was just a part of me.
Like you're sitting there watching TV and just like, petting your penis. Like this is my new penis. You could sing songs.
Petting my penis. I was just like any other man. All penis on an arm man. I just couldn't leave it alone to begin with. I thought it was the best thing ever. This guy, I guarantee then he never left the house. Because...
Why?
Because he could just,
Yeah, why leave the
he
house?
could just, oral himself.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. You think,
Right.
I bet he tried. You think he tried.
There's no doubt. He's going to be sad when it's not in his arm anymore. He's going to ask to have it put back on his arm.
Oh, my God.
I took to it so much I nicknamed it Jimmy.
Why wouldn't you call it Willie?
That was what me and my mates called each other growing up, and this penis was definitely my new mate. This is getting better and
They
better.
should have done a little psychological stuff on him before they brought him into this study.
That they can make me a new penis at all is incredible,
Yeah.
but that they can build it on my arm is mind-blowing.
They actually
Mind-blowing.
said that.
Yeah.
Like that's what he said. That was in quotes.
It looks like something out of a weird sci-fi comic, but it's my chance at a normal life. It's been the first step towards being able to go to the toilet and even being intimate with someone. McDonald said that despite wearing long-sleeve shirts to hide his bulge, people have sometimes spotted the misplaced member. People ask me about it when they see me in the pub, and of course people make jokes. But I get it. It's not every day you see a man with a penis on his arm. Of course, I see the funny side. I have to. I don't have any other option. If I
I
could,
wonder what shape. Like, would they just do circumcised? Probably, right?
if I couldn't laugh at the willy on my arm, I'd be finished. But the new penis still has still not been attached 4 years after the procedure due to a series of missed appointments, scheduling problems, staff shortages at the hospital.
You would camp out overnight.
Well,
You'd be like 5 hours early.
How do you miss the appointment?
Right.
Do you not have a constant reminder on your
Right.
arm?
Right.
Oh, I wonder what I'm supposed to be doing today. I feel like I'm supposed to be somewhere. Excuse me, honey. Do you know where I'm supposed to be today? I can't imagine what it must be.
Well, maybe the doctor missed the appointment. Joan said, sounds like he's from Florida.
They canceled again because of the coronavirus. It feels like I'm cursed sometimes. Adding that he hopes to have it finally grafted between his legs by the end of this year.
Yeah.
I am determined this penis will ultimately... I am determined this penis will be ultimately used for what it was built for, he said.
I bet you he was just blowing himself day and night. That's my guess.
When this studio opens, man...
That's why he missed the appointment. I'm not kidding. You know what? They should have made two. Because he'd been through so much trauma, they should let him keep one on his hand and then transport this one there. So we could always have...
Sorry, I blew off the appointment. It was mind-blowing. I can't wait for the studio to open. I want to track this guy down and get him on the screen and talk to this guy.
He should have two penises.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What?
He should have two penises. Like,
What
he's
does that
been through
mean?
so much trauma having his dick fall off that they should have, done two penises. One, they'll transport down there, and then the other one he could always,
He
blow
can keep on his
himself.
arm.
Yeah, he should have two.
So it wouldn't be weird enough just, having it on his arm.
Well, I think that's why he missed the appointment. You should read some of these things. They're really
Yeah, let's go
funny.
back and read the comments. In all seriousness, it is amazing that they can do that.
I know, right? Well, remember that guy who got it, sliced off, the bobbit guy? When they found it on,
Mm-hmm.
the side of the road. It's amazing that they could put, and that was a long time ago, so I bet you it's a pretty sturdy penis today.
Center my head to that picture. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm on the radio, man. I got my headphones on.
That's funny. And I'm just getting poo dripped on my head. It's raining poo.
And actually, it almost looks like the same color as your hair, so it looks like your head exploded.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody shot you, and that's the back of your head. Blood.
Oh, yeah. If I'm here, right?
Yeah, ready? Busy morning. Hockey in 15 minutes, says Ken Pichelle. Oh, yeah, hockey came back this weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's see. Bill Schultz had that done, too.
Oh, really?
What? Some guy named Bill Schultz had a penis on his arm?
That's a hard name to say. Bill Schultz.
Bill Schultz.
Bill Schultz.
I think my testicles drive my penis nuts. Mr. Coppola, says Taz. Who's that?
Matt Grice said a couple of funny things. He's funny.
The story is questionable, multiple meanings of questionable. I agree 100%, Ken, but it's in a credible paper. I wasn't reading this from some weird website.
Yeah, what's with the post? They're not, they put odd things in there.
Joan says he can still pee like a female. Right.
So what does he normally do? He probably has to use like a catheter to like pee now. So he's probably sick of that.
Chris Sherrata, I sign in and all I hear are penises. Sorry.
Sorry, Chris.
Like your weekend wasn't the same. This is so funny with Tony and those big headphones behind him. Taz says hi to Chris. It sounds like this guy is taking Viagra and X-Lax at the same time. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. Yeah, he's British, all right. The loner boner. He should take some Viagra for the loner boner. All right, Matt Grice.
What?
I don't know. I'm looking for what Matt Grice said. That.
Oh, there's more.
Okay. Sounds like an Ashland wacky story. There are two types of men, says Matt Grice. Those who have tried to blow themselves and liars. The next step is an actual dickhead. Yeah, right. Why didn't he just choose to have it right here?
Yeah, like right there, like a horn.
And he could be the world's first actual dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I worked at Children's Hospital for a little bit, there was a baby that was actually born without an asshole, and they had to like create one for him. And
What?
Yeah, he was just born, and there was like no butthole.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, weird things happen. It's
So the
shocking.
butt would just be.
Yeah, so they had to like that day, like go in and like make a new one. But
Would
I
they
was
just take like a pinhole, a pin?
It was a pretty major surgery, and he was fine. Totally ended up being fine. But
When they put it in, did he fly around like a balloon?
No. But I just remember thinking like if anyone ever called him an asshole, he could be like, technically, I'm not.
Matt Grice is right. This guy should do porn. Before they put it between your legs, pal, go make some money,
Yeah,
man.
do something.
He doesn't even have to take his clothes off, nothing. He can just, and action.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't even have to show his face if he's embarrassed.
You just put it down on a stool for someone, read a book. There's a lot of things. A lot of.
KFC is sponsoring a finger penis so they can bring back the finger licking good hand campaign.
Who said that?
Matt Grice said that.
He's so funny.
So that's the story that I was saving for Sallie this morning.
Yeah, that was a good surprise.
Thanks.
Because
That's what most people say to him too, I'm sure. Have I got a surprise for you, mate?
Well, if it got to the point where this thing was black and actually fell off, like maybe they should have like done something sooner, you know? I mean, that had to be like a year.
He said it was like it. No, he had the condition, the blood infection for what did it say, 2 years? I think
His
it was.
fingers looked good though, because he was like sitting there like this, and his fingers didn't look like they.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And he
They
said
didn't
it was
say
his fingers and his perineum.
the article didn't say how they saved his fingers. Yeah, there I am with the headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Stas just sent that to me. All right. Flying around like a balloon. All right, so it's 12:05. You know what that means? That's it right there. She just shuts up.
I'm just trying to not roll my eyes.
Oh, all right, real quickly.
No,
No,
I'm
no, no.
rolling my eyes. I was thinking,
No,
okay,
we're-
this was a great show. Went a few
No, you
minutes
work with me
over,
on this.
Sallie.
You'll appreciate this. We talked about it quickly on Friday.
Look, I have like cleavage.
Oh, trust me.
Hold
I've
on,
been,
people.
damn it! I was hoping you wouldn't have noticed.
I didn't notice.
I was staring the whole time.
Really?
No. It's like, how do you miss the doctor's appointment? It's the same thing. How do you miss those? Now I don't even know what I was talking about. On Friday, excuse me, we mentioned quickly that quarantine life had ended here on govsradio.com.
Yeah, well, I mean, it probably should have ended in July, to be honest with you. If I had to do the year over, I would have ended it like June being the end.
We just want to say thank you to everybody that participated in it. We'd like to thank you guys for watching it. It was a great idea. Graz and O'Toole came up with the idea. And a big thanks to O'Toole as well, because he made it, technically he made it happen, with the technology.
And he had to do a lot of extra work because of that show.
The beginning of the quarantine was rough for O'Toole, especially because none of us knew what we were doing. None of us knew how to do it,
Yeah.
This way with our phones and iPads and whatnot.
Thank good he's a teacher, because his
Yeah.
patience is really good.
Working, a lot of shows are working to Zoom and pre-recording stuff, and Mike was the guy that helped every single person through this. So yeah, we just want to thank everybody, all the Govs Radio show hosts, all of our extended family.
Like Andy Plaginos and Taz and Ken Pichelle all did quarantine lives, and they're not even like hosts here, which is really nice.
So it was really cool.
So yeah, thanks everyone.
There was some really cool entertaining stuff, some original ideas. We thought it was really great, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys watching it and supporting it. And hopefully it's just another sign of things getting better. We're hoping this studio will be done by the end of the month at the very latest. And then hopefully we can open the doors. It's been a crazy ride, but hopefully things continue to get better here in New York. There's been no signs of going back.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully when school's open next month, things will still continue to go well. So again, we can get this studio going. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for participating and supporting Quarantine Life. Really enjoyed it. And we even got a great show out of it. Tim Saliani's going to continue, that son of a bitch, Tim Saliani. He's going to continue Shut Up Stupid. In fact, this Sunday night there's going to be one?
Mm-hmm. 8 o'clock.
This Sunday night at 8 o'clock, Tim Saliani and Shut Up Stupid. We don't know what the future of it's going to be yet, right? We don't know if it's going to be its own standalone show, or if it's just going to be a segment.
You Graz talking about all this stuff like.
I'm just saying that
on
it's.
the air?
I'm just saying that it's coming. I'm just. Well,
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's the only part.
I would talk to Tim before I would just start blabbing about it on the air.
Well, no, that much we did discuss already. That it is going to continue. We just don't know how yet.
Okay.
That much was already discussed. So thank you guys. And
I was like, don't tell Sallie it's after 12. All these people like, do you guys know it's 12? It's 12:05. Is Sallie okay?
And that too, when the studio opens back up and everything's running again, we get to go back to 1 o'clock. That's right. All right, so today's Monday. We have Steve Squared tonight at 6:30. And then what's on tonight? Is it Jam? Yeah, it is, right?
It is
Jam is on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that as usual.
He's filling in for Mike because Mike's on vacation, so he's going to be doing it.
So join Jam tonight at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Squared at 6:30. And then Sallie and I are back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We had a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. If I figure out how to shut this off. I'm stuck. What am I stuck on?
You are stuck.
My leg was stuck. There we go.
Your penis leg.
Bye, everybody.